reality of that answer is women's value get lower the more children that they have. And I was having this conversation, with one of the mother of my children, and she's still fine. But like I was telling her, I was like, yo, the guy that you're dating or will date, if he ain't willing to love on these 5 children that you have, that ain't the guy for you. Because when I came into your life, I was willing to accept you and whatever you had. And there's guys that's out there that's just going to say, them ain't my kids, I want you. Well, that ain't how it worked. But that's not to say that she can't find nobody.
Right.
I'm pretty sure she has somebody.
Right. But do you feel like it's as the best that she could possibly do if she didn't have children?
Well, you're talking to a dude that was once in her life. I don't feel like she's going to get better than me. That's just my confidence.
I don't even think it's confidence. I have said, and I might get eaten alive, I don't think most women do better than the father of their children.
Yes, that's right. Most women don't do better than the father of their children. It could happen, but so could winning the lottery. So could getting struck by lightning. And the unfortunate thing is this is probably a prime example of right message, wrong messenger, because Cam is the individual who's actually impregnating so many women and making so many women less valuable by putting babies in them and not doing it in the context of a marriage. I already understand his reason why. He's explained it plenty of times. I'm not shaming him for it. He can live his life however he wants to. Whether or not he can afford to have all those children, whatever. You can make all the money in the world and you can have those kids, but because you're so well off and you work as hard as you do, just because you can have all those kids doesn't mean you're always going to have those kids. You understand what I'm saying? But let's take Cam out of the conversation. Let's take Sarah out of the conversation because she definitely speaks and makes a lot of sense when she does these podcasts. Just overall, in general, I don't understand why this is such a tough concept for a lot of women to understand. But yes, ladies, yes, your sexual market value does not stay the same the more children that you have. A woman that is 27 years old with no kids is typically going to be more desirable than the same 27-year-old woman, looks the same way, let's say they're both 8s, that has 2 kids or even 1 kid. The same way, the less money a man has, the less value he has on the sexual dating market. The same way, the less height a man has, the less value he has. Height and face, you can't control that. Your bank account, your fitness, your strength, that's something that you actually have control over. Just like you have control over the kids that you brought into this world. I don't make the rules. Men today did not make the rules. If anything, a lot of women probably made the rules, but that's neither here nor there. They made the choice. They made the decision to do that. A lot of women's not going to like what I have to say. A lot of women don't like when we say that. That doesn't mean you're not going to get married. It doesn't mean you can't find nobody. Let's define value on the sexual dating market. If you know that you're a woman that wants to be married, right, then you need to be dating with the express intent of marriage. That means you're trying to find a man who's going to love you and take you seriously. Now, if you have a child, you might still find a man. A lot of men will take on a woman that is fine enough, cooperative enough, all this, that, and the third, with a child. That doesn't mean you out the game. It just means that you're not the 10 that you once was, if you even was a 10. If you was an 8, maybe you're 7 now. Because that child is not an asset to that man. How is another man's DNA an asset to me? That means if you have a child and then me and you have a child and I come home and we're married, I come home, that means 50% of every dollar I bring into that house goes into another man's DNA. Let me ask y'all something. AI taking jobs, layoffs normal, companies cutting people like it's a haircut special. So what's the backup plan? What if your money could clock in so you don't have to? Today's sponsor is replaceyouриncome.com. This isn't day trading. This isn't buy random stocks and pray. This is a strategy focused on selling stock options, meaning the goal is to make money if a stock goes up, down, or even stays the same. That's different. They send real-time trade alerts. There's a 1-hour masterclass explaining the strategy step by step, and it only takes 15 minutes a day to execute. No meetings, no selling products, no DMing 20 people, just trades. Now here's the part I like. You can try for $1 for the first month. Go through the full course, see the trades, decide if it's for you. If it's not, cancel. If it is, you just found another income stream. Stop working only for money. Make your money work for you. Click the friends and family link in the description and check out replaceyouриncome.com. $1, 1 month. Decide for yourself. Now, God forbid you have 2 children or 3 children by another dude or 2 or 3 other dudes. It just diminishes the value in the sexual dating market. I think that's the issue that a lot of women have when this conversation is had. We're not saying you're not valuable as a person. We're not saying there's nothing that you can bring to the world. We're talking about sexual dating market value, which is something that exists that we all have. And be self-aware enough to understand where you at, because self-awareness is sexy. If you know you got 2 kids, you know that you can't make the same demands as women out here that's childless. Now, if you were a bad looking junk, like you up there in looks and your body is banging and you got 2 kids, okay, you may get the same options as far as attention and everything goes. A man may date you. He may even date you for a minute. But what's the likelihood that you're going to get? The ultimate goal is supposed to be marriage. Now, if that's not your ultimate goal, cool. But what does life look like when you're in the twilight years of your life? And you foregone marriage, you foregone learning how to get along with the man and having a meaningful relationship with somebody that you should spend the latter part of your years journaling the end of your days with. What does that look like? It's real lonely. Who's supposed to take care of you? Them kids? I'm a big proponent of a lot of these ladies need to go back to their baby fathers. Why did you get pregnant with the man? Why didn't you require marriage from the man? But then you want a new dude to come along and take on your bad decisions that you made. How is that fair to that man? That's like you meeting me and I'm in debt and I expect you to come on and help me with this debt that I made from bad decisions that I made from years ago. Why is it a bad decision? It's not a bad decision if you was married and then you got divorced or I'm speaking more so towards like the women that just have kids out of way, like just have children. I was young and dumb. You was 18, 19 years old. You knew that having sex unprotected would lead to pregnancy. And you know that the order of things is supposed to be you marry before you carry. I know that's not pushed in our community the way that it should be, but when is the accountability going to kick in? And accountability is on the man too. That's why I say it's Cam saying it is like absolutely one of the wrongest messengers to say it, because he's the one out here creating all these broken homes. Just because he can afford to, take care of them children financially, can he afford to be the type of father he is in their lives? Because you're spread out, especially amongst it's not like you have 9 kids with the same 1 or 2 women. You got 9 kids by a bunch of different women. I don't know how he handles his life. That's just how I'm looking at it from the outside looking in. But yes, it doesn't matter. And it's not the same thing with men, ladies. Unfortunately, it's not. A man having more children, some of y'all may not want to deal with that because, okay, baby mama drama, you don't want to deal with another baby mama, much less multiple baby mamas. But unfortunately, the more promiscuous a man is, that actually raises his sexual market value. So a man that has a bunch of baby mamas, that means that a lot of women keep choosing him, and he's going to continue to get chosen. I don't write the rules. I just pay attention to how society moves. Let me know what you think in the comments section.
If I had a machine that could travel through time, I would go back some years with a Mac and a 9, 2 Uzis with a few grenades in my hand, 8Ks, HKs, more Ks than the clan. That's racist. Fuck a nigga gonna do against me with a musket. I'm talking about them days they would stone you in public. You probably go back in time to meet Jesus Christ. I'd ask Jesus for help to still chew this ice. Amen.
You got music, you got a business, you got a product or service, but you're not making enough money off of it because you don't have enough exposure. DM or email me right now to get promoted on my platforms. I have 850,000 subscribers on YouTube. I have 460,000 followers on Instagram. I have the following that you want to get seen in front of. I was able to increase the sales of this Amazon book off of a YouTube sponsorship with just 30,000 views. And I was able to give this artist 15,000 views with the Instagram repost in less than 24 hours. So DM or email me at bookingcranklucas@gmail.com right now to get more exposure and more money for your business.